War Patrols, created by William Schmaltz. Copyright 2025. All rights reserved. This episode of War Patrols is sponsored by Flag Up Mailbox, located in Ironwood, Michigan. USS Harder, SS-257. Report of Second War Patrol. Arrived at Pearl Harbor on 10 July 1943 from First War Patrol, accomplished the following repairs and alterations. Dry docked, cleaned and painted bottom, installed new sound head, repaired leaky air banks, conducted hydrostatic tests on air banks, pulled and overhauled both periscopes, repaired SJ radar, mounted 200-pound air compressor, altered tail stops and rollers of all tubes to accommodate Mark 18 torpedoes, replaced 20mm gun mounts with new type to permit greater angle of depression, overhauled torpedo data computer, removed gear trains on all main engines, replaced bad gears and renewed spring bundles, performed complete overhaul on auxiliary engine and main engines 3 and 4. Readiness for sea, 24, August 1943. Departed Pearl Harbor en route to Midway, dismissed escort, and proceeded independently at 3-engine speed. August 28th, moored alongside USS Sturgeon at Midway, took 21,000 gallons of fuel aboard, departed Midway under air escort. August 29th, crossed international dateline, advanced calendar 1 day. September 2nd, all submarine areas off southern and southeast Honshu are now unoccupied. Harder has verbal authority to occupy any vacant areas until notified that other submarines are moving in. September 4th, deck officer sighted submarine on surface dead ahead, estimated range 9,000 yards, submerged. Other submarine evidently sighted us at the same time and made simultaneous dive. Contact with submarine Tarpon had been expected at this time, and it is believed that this submarine was the Tarpon. We surfaced and cleared area at high speed. September 6th. All day submerged patrol across the shipping routes from Tokyo to Wake, Guam, and Truk. Sea calm, visibility excellent. Sighted Hachijo-jima at distance of 29 miles, submerged and changed course to north. Took pictures of island through periscope in early morning. Weather intermittently clear and squally. Periscope observations made every 10 minutes. Sighted Mikura-jima, distant 17 miles. Previous patrol reports indicate that shipping to the Marianas, Carolines, and Marshall's Islands. Leave Tokyo Bay about sunset, passing 20 miles eastward of Mikura-jima. Plan for the night is to be in position to intercept that traffic for night radar attacks. September 8th. Submerged and set course for the southeast passage between Oshima and Nojima-Saki. Running along the 50-fathom curve. Radar contact bearing at range of 9,000 yards. Targets were apparently rounding the promontory off Katsura Man, hugging the coastline and zigzagging on at speed of 9 knots. Took position ahead of target and ran with it to establish course and speed. Found it necessary at times to run inside the 20-fathom curve. Worked inshore of target's track in a spot of 23 fathom of water, stopped and waited for target to approach. Escort was now located on seaward quarter of target, and attack phase of approach was made to order, except for the fact that 150 feet of water left much to be desired for post-firing evasion tactics. Remained on surface and sighted target at 4,000 yards. Background of coastline and very poor visibility favored submarine. 0400. At 1,700 yards, fired 3 torpedoes from forward tubes.
Fire one.
Target zigged away at almost the same instant, and phosphorescent torpedo tracks loomed up like white streaks as the 3 torpedoes passed ahead of target. Target was a cargo ship of about 4,000 tons. Escort, up to this time, had not been sighted. decided to risk a surface getaway rather than the possibility of depth charging in shoal water. Ordered hard right rudder, and turned to reverse of target's base course at flank speed. Target was now signaling to escort by blinker light and sending out a radio message on 450 kilocycles. 0440, sighted escort dead ahead at range of 2,000 yards.
Clear the bridge!
Swung hard right and passed the escort, 1,200 yards, abeam to port. Counted on the element of surprise, with high speed 30 knots relative movement, but one thumb on the diving alarm while waiting for the first Jap salvo. It never came. The Japanese escort was asleep at the switch, or the lookout was too surprised to act. The escort held course and speed, did not open fire or attempt to challenge. Cleared area at 20 knots and headed for deep water. 0500, submerged, heard distant depth charge. Patrolled southward along coast on the edge of the 50-fathom curve. 1600, sighted distant ship with angle on bow of 90 degrees, made attempt to close, discontinued approach with range at 6,000 yards. Target looked like the Q ship described in previous patrols of other submarines in this area. 0300, radar contact on Oshima, distant 17 miles. This has been a very profitable area for combatant ship contacts on previous patrols of other submarines. Patrolled on north and south courses off east coast of Oshima, watching southeast approaches to Sagami Nada. Currents are strong and variable, density layers much in evidence. Fog lifted in the afternoon, sighted merchant ship with escort. Ship had come out of Tokyo Bay headed south, but angle on bow was large. Attempted unsuccessfully to close range, decided to surface and give chase. Target was zigzagging at 10 knots, and escort was patrolling in the usual Japanese fashion, well aft of the target. Target was identified as the Hiyoshi Maru, or similar type of 4,000 tons. He was low in the water and heavily loaded. Chase began. Put 3 engines on propulsion and 1 on battery charge. Radar picked up target at 9,000 yards and escort at 7,800 yards. For 7 hours, we maneuvered at various course and speeds to attain position ahead of target. Radar contact was lost and regained 4 times during the run. Moonlight was brilliant, which necessitated our remaining beyond 8,000 yards while running his end. September 11th. Target's speed and zigzag plan definitely established. Submerged directly ahead of target, ran at 40 feet to continue radar approach, maneuvered to put target in the moon streak. Increased depth to 60 feet and shifted con to high periscope. At this stage of the approach, a second escort vessel joined the party, probably to relieve the one that had been in charge since leaving Tokyo. Both escorts searched by pinging continuously. Fired 3 stern tube shots at 8 and 10 second intervals at range of 1,000 yards, 2 degrees spread. Depth 12 feet. Target draft 23 feet. 44 seconds after the second torpedo, a distinct thud was heard, indicating it was probably a dud. 8 seconds later, an explosion was heard and seen on the target. The target was immediately enveloped in flames and dense billows of black smoke which rose 200 feet high. The torpex hit between the stack and the stern and appeared to have broken the target's back. On last look, the stern was settling and the bow rising. The soundman reported crunching sound as the target started breaking up. This was a satisfying finish after a chase lasting nearly 8 hours. One of the patrol boats headed for the Harder. Ordered deep submergence, silent running, and maintained a depth of 300 feet, while 9 depth charges were dropped. None were believed to have been closer than 100 yards. All were set shallow, and probably only 300-pounders or less. Started up to periscope depth. Both escorts apparently well astern, but pinging. Surfaced, cleared area at high speed, set course for general area of Irosaki. The route of this particular ship is of considerable interest. It hopped from island to island, down through the Izu-Shoto chain, passing each of the islands within 2 miles. It is wondered if some of the traffic to Truk, Rabaul, and southwestern areas are using the island route. End of Part 1.